Shalom, shalom. I'd like to start this video by giving all honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem, Kwadash. Double honors to my teachers, the elders, apostles, and bishop of Great Millstone, teaching and ruling well. Salutation to the hopeful elect of the house of Israel, those who are keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Peace and blessing. All right. So let's jump right into it. Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson. So I'll start off with John 15 and 18, which reads, "If the world hated you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you." All right. So I was watching a video and that precept hit me. One of the brothers brought out that precept. I think it was one of the elders. They brought out these precepts because, as the Lord said, they hate the light because their deeds are evil. Okay, they don't want to get in order with Yahawashi. So at the end of the day, they hate you because you're following the right way. You don't want to conform to wickedness. You're departing from. It says, as it says here. Let me bring it up. It says here in Isaiah 59 and 15, "Yet truth faileth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. And the Lord saw it, and it displeased him that there were no judgment." Okay, so at the end of the day, the fact that you're turning back to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, you're forsaking the world, now you're putting a target on your back. Okay, because now they see you as an enemy. Okay, because at the same way that Yahushai said, if he that is not with me is against me, that's the same way that the devil is thinking. He that is not, in a sense, he that is with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is against us. Okay, that's how the devil operates. That's how he operates in the minds of all these other people, because all these other religions, all these other people, they want to coexist. There's that sticker that says coexist. All these nations, all the even LGBT and all that stuff. That's world friendly. Okay, all these people, they want to coexist. We don't want to associate ourselves with any sorts of wickedness. We're fleeing from the face of sin as from the face of a serpent, and we know that all these, as it says, I through thy precepts I get understanding. Therefore I hated every false way. So we're not going to submit ourselves to going back to the world, because the world pushes of false ways. Okay, as I said before, just as Yahawashi says, he that is not with us is against us. The same way that the devil says that he that is with Yahawashi, he that is with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is against us. Okay, so I read that again. John 15 and 18. If the world hated you, if the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. All right. So let's go back to the beginning. Okay. So it says here in Ezekiel 31 and 7, thus was he fair in his greatness, in the length of his branches, for his roots was by great waters. The cedars that are in the garden of the Most High, the Garden of Eden, could not hide him. The fir trees were not like his bark, and the chestnut trees were not like his branches, nor any tree in the garden of the Most High was like unto him in his beauty. And again, these trees is talking about nations, it's talking about men. As it says here, Salakia. It says here in Mark 8 and 24, and he looked up and said, I see men as trees walking. Okay, that was a blind man. When Yahawashi was healing him, at first, when he healed him at first, he wasn't seeing clearly. He was seeing trees walking, and then he healed him a second time. Yes, and then as he healed him, he saw men walking as men. Okay, but at first he saw them as trees walking. Okay, and that's why it says, "Thou shalt know a man, thou shalt know a tree by his fruits." Okay, whether they be good or whether they be evil, and that those fruits are pertaining to their action. And that's again how we judge spiritually. All right, this is how we judge righteous judgment. All right, by your actions, by your actions, by the way you maneuver in the world. This is how we can tell that what kind of tree you are. If you are the tree of Israel, or if you're a tree of these other nations. Even if by your actions, we can tell that if you are a part of the trees of the wicked, okay, meaning the nations, okay. So again, Yahawashi, when he was walking on the earth as Adam, he was superior to these other nations. Why? Because he was chosen. The Lord chose him and exalted him above all the men that are on the earth. He was the chosen one. Okay, so it says here, and like in Matrix, the one, Yahawashi, Adam was the one. It says here in Ezekiel 31:9, I have made him fair by the multitude of his branches, so that all the trees of Eden that were in the garden of the Most High envied him. Okay, so so envying goes into let me bring out that word just to be clear. So the word envy goes into a painful or resentful awareness of an advantage enjoyed by another, joined with the desire to possess, to possess, Salakia. Yeah. So it's a painful or resentful awareness of an advantage enjoyed by another, joined with the desire to possess the same advantage. Malice, and an object of envious notice or feeling. You know how you can say, "Oh, my neighbor got a new car. I'm so jealous. I wish I had the same car." Or such and such. But these trees, these other nations were envious. They first off, they resented Yahushua because he was chosen. Okay, and then they wanted to be in his place. They wanted to be Yahushua. They wanted to be Adam. Okay, these other nations, they hated, and this is why the serpent, a man with serpent-like characteristics, being sly, being slick, being deceiving, being cunning. Okay, he came up with the idea to deceive his woman, so to make him fall. Okay, because he wanted to take his place. Okay, not only you're hating on him, you want to take his place. You want to be in his place. So that is why these other trees in the Garden of Eden envied Adam. Okay, why? Because the Lord has chosen him, and the fact that he chose him, he gave him power over these other nations, over the animals. He gave him order pertaining to the law, statutes, and commandments, because in that time it was written, and he gave him his love. He said the Most High Yahweh set his eyes on Yahawashi, on Adam. Okay, at that time he set his eyes on Adam. He loved him. He took care of him. You know. But these other nations, they hated because the Lord was not paying attention to them. Okay. And that's why, to the fact that it went back, that hate went not only to Yahawashi, but it goes back to the Father again. As it says here in John 15:23, he that hated me hated my Father also. Okay. So the fact that these trees, these other nations in the time of Adam were hating on Adam, you see, they were actually hating on the Most High because the fact that he disregarded them. As it says here in 2nd Ezra 6:54, and after these also, and after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures. And again, the Lord is, man is a creature. Man was created, and the Lord made Adam Lord. Okay, so that goes into that power. He gave unto Adam that power over all the creatures. Okay, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. Again, that blessing that went to Adam kept going through that lineage, to the chosen lineage, who went down unto Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and his 12 sons. So like it says here at verse 56, 2nd Ezra 6:56, as for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing. So if you're not a part of that chosen lineage, you're nothing unto the Lord. Honestly, you were created to be a slave unto the chosen people. Okay, but are like unto spittle, as thou hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. And to further prove that point, it says here in Isaiah 40:15, behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket, and are counted as the small dust in the balance. So they're nothing, man. Behold, he taken up the isles as a very little thing. Verse 47, so like verse Isaiah 40:17, all nations before him or as nothing. They are counted to him less than nothing and vanity. So they're nothing, they're less than nothing and vanity. But these people are ruling over us, man. All right, just to show you how we disobeyed, okay? How we disobeyed, how the fact that we disobeyed and did not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai has led us into a lower state, because at the end of the day, the world was made for us, to rule, okay? Israel was chosen to be a ruler, okay? So it says here in Genesis 27:34, pertaining to the blessing, okay? And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great cry and exceeding bitter. So like he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto him, Father, bless me, even me also, my father. Because Jacob already got the blessing. He got the blessing. So now Jacob is crying. He's envying Jacob for having that blessing. It says here, he said, thy brother came with subtlety and had taken away thy blessing. And he said, is he rightly named Jacob? Salakia. And he said, is he not rightly named Jacob? For he had supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he had taken away my blessing. In Esau's mind, he really thought that he was meant to rule, you know? In his mind, he was really meant to be on top of the world. He was supposed to rule forever in wickedness. But the Lord has chosen differently, because even in Genesis 25, it says the younger, and I'm going to get that right after I finish this. It says here, and behold, now he had taken away my blessing, and he said, hast thou not reserved the blessing for me? Okay, so at the end of the day, it's the blessing that these other nations, since the time of Adam, you know, that blessing that these other nations wish to have, man. But it only goes down to the chosen lineage. Okay, but they hate and they envy the fact that we're the chosen ones, and they're counted as nothing in the eyes of the Lord. Okay, and that's why they show anger towards those that follow after Yahawashi, and in that source they hate Yahawashi and hate the Father also. It says here in Genesis 25:22, and the children struggled together within her, meaning Jacob and Esau, before they were born. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went and inquired of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. So already there's a separation. These 2 people are not the same. Okay? And the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. So we already know that according to the birth, Esau came out first, and so Jacob is the younger. So already set up in the spirit. That's the angel that told her that the elder will serve the younger. Okay. So later on, when Jacob actually got the blessing, it was all through the spirit. Everything was already written in heaven before it actually happened. You see, and that was even before they were born. Okay, so there's no coincidence. There's no free will. Everything is going according to the Lord's plan. This is His movie, and He's going according to what He wants it to go. You know, it says, "I have declared the end before the beginning." Okay, so that being said, before even Jacob and Esau were born, okay, before even Jacob and Esau were born, He already set up who was supposed to rule. Okay, and that is why at the end of the day, it says Esau is the end of the Jacob is the Salakia. Esau is the end, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. Okay, so that being said, pertaining to that blessing, so it says here, and these other nations. Okay, it says here in Psalms 83:1, keep not thou silence, O power, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power, for lo thine enemies. So all these other nations, starting with Esau, Edom, okay, all thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsels against thy people, the chosen people. Okay, why? Because they envy us. Okay, and consulted against thine hidden ones, the elect, the hopeful elect. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. You know, isn't that what the devil, what the serpent did in the garden? Yeah, they probably had that counsel before the Satan even went to Eve. You know, they probably had a little counsel. They probably had a meeting like, yo, how can we make this guy fall? Man, now he's in the Garden of Eden, taking control, doing all he wants in righteousness. The Lord loves him. How can we take his place? How can we make him fall from excellency and take over his kingdom? You know. So they came, they consulted against thine hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee. So even before they hate us, even before they hate Yahawashi, they hate the Lord. Okay? Because the way that they you know how they don't hate the actor, they hate the director. Okay, because we all actors in this movie, you know, and Yahweh Shai is the leading has the leading role. Okay, but they don't hate the side, they don't hate the actors, they don't hate the one with the main role. They hate the director because he's the one that set up the movie, he's the one that has the script, you know. And he's not gonna change it. He has said that Israel is his people. So these people are envious that they didn't get the high position, the main role in the movie. Okay? And to prove that point, it says here, it says here in Lamentation 2 and 15, all that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their heads. And the daughter of Jerusalem saying, so like they clap their hands and wag their heads at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this not the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? So they're out there, they're having fun, they're mocking us because now we're in a lower state, you know, because we disobeyed our power, you know, they're mocking us, man. All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee, they hiss and gnash their teeth, they say, we have swallowed her up. So now they're celebrating and say, hooray, you know. Certainly, this is the day that we look for. So the time when Adam fell, the Adam sinned, they were happy. When Adam was mourning, you know, from the fact that the Lord turned His face from him, these other nations were happy. They were dancing, they were partying. You know, they're having jams. You know, they were partying, they were clubbing. Oh yeah, man, we made Adam fall, man. Let's go crazy. You know, now that he's not in power, we can do whatever we want. The Lord is not with them. You know. So it says, this is the day that we look for. We have found, we have seen it. Okay? So it says here, but so at the end of the day, it's the blessing that these other nations and the world, actually the world hates you. Even the 2/3 of Israel, they hate you because they've been rejected of the Lord also. Okay, as it says, the election have found it, but the rest of Israel has been blinded, right? Because the Lord doesn't want them. So the fact that the election, only a few number of Israelites have obtained this knowledge, this understanding, have turned back to the Father. The 2/3 of Israel, they hate them. You become an enemy unto them as well. Okay, so it says here in Luke 6 and 22, blessed are they when men shall hate you. Salakia, blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you, and cast your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake. Rejoice ye in that day, and leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven, for in the like manner did their fathers unto the prophets. All right? So this is what they do, man. They come and they scoff, they mock against the prophets. You see? Salakia. See? But again, it's a blessing for us. So if you're being hated, you see, you're in the right track. Okay? Either from your family members, your girlfriend, your wife, you know, your dog starts hating on you. You know, your neighbors, this and that, your co-workers, they see that you're different. They don't want to, you know, you don't want to come out, you know, go eat chicken wings with us after work on Friday, this and that. You don't want to do things with us. You don't want to chill. Nah, man, I'm busy. I'm doing this. They will cast your name as evil because they see that you're different, right? They see that you know, you're inside the box, but you're not partaking in the wickedness that they're doing. You know, you abstain from wickedness. You abstain from their ways as filthiness, right? Because we fear the Lord, okay? And this is a fear that these people don't have because they hate him. As I said, back to the whole conclusion. So at the end of the day, in John 15 and 18, if the world hate you, Ye know that it hated me before it hated you, because Yahawashi, even back in the time of Adam, he was chosen. As the Israelite of the Most High are chosen, we were given power, we were given order, we were given love out of the from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And this is the fact that these other nations do not possess these things, they hate on us, man. And they want to kill us, man. You see? Because we're not going to associate ourselves, and we're not going to bow down to this wicked system. They will seek to eradicate us. All right? But until Yahushua comes back and deliver us, we'll keep the faith and we'll keep pushing forth this word, man. Regardless of what happens, man. You see? So that being said, I hope this lesson was edifying. I like to give all honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Acha, Kodash. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles, the elders, and bishop of Great Millstone, who are teaching the 100% truth of this gospel. And salutation, peace, and blessing unto those that keep the law, statutes, and commandments, the hopeful elect of Yasher Allah. Right? Shalom, shalom, shalom. DTA Abba Baba, Kwam Yasher Allah. Until next lesson, shalom.